Welcome to the Daily Blu. I'm Donna Drake, and with me in the studio are our good friends at Blue Chip Marketing. We have Bob Policastro and Tiffany O'Reilly. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank
Hi,
you for having us.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Today we're going to be talking about doing great things in the community. And Bob, you're with Angela's House. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, we work with children that are medically frail, chronically ill, kids that are living with life-threatening illnesses. Usually the kids that have the longer-term, either debilitating situations or diseases or have been hurt or injured in some way. And we help both with home care, last year dealing with over 600 kids, or we have our 3 homes now, which kids that can no longer live at home or living in hospitals, they now have an alternative.
It's wonderful. And you and your wife started it over 20 years ago?
Yes. It's been a long road. After our daughter went through this, it's actually 24 years now. We learned what it was like to be in that hospital and seeing people that, you know, there was no way to get out of the hospital, and we ended up in Connecticut because there was no place out of the hospital care here, so we ended up in another hospital in Connecticut.
Now, one of the things we were talking about earlier is that we had the opportunity to do something out at Eisenhower Park. And what was that experience, that candlelight ceremony?
Well, we wanted to do something for all the parents that have lost children, and not only the kids through Angela's House, but also kids in the community and parents in the community. So we were blessed to get the Nassau County to agree to put up a statue that we wanted there called the Angel of Hope, which is something that's been replicated in over 100 locations throughout the U.S. And what we do is we do a candlelight vigil there on the first Saturday of every December. And it's an opportunity to have some really good speakers, talk to parents, and to remember and to always maintain the hope that life does continue, but our kids will always be with us.
It was lovely. I'm a big fan of Angela's House, as you know. It's one of my favorite nonprofit organizations. It's just fabulous. You do wonderful work. And speaking of Nassau County, Tiffany, you and I we participated in the Field of Honor at Nassau County.
We did.
Give us an overlook of that day for you.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun putting flags together, working with veterans. They were amazing. That was probably my favorite part of the day, getting to meet some of the older, it was mostly gentlemen, and working with them and you know, the difference in age and how we live our lives today, and it was just great. It was a great experience. It was a great day.
Over 1,000 people. You know, we had flags that we were putting up at the Theodore Roosevelt building right there on the corner of Franklin Avenue.
Yeah.
And it was a whole community effort. People were coming together, people from Home Depot, networkers, people in the community, veterans.
Yeah.
And they were displaying all these flags. So over 1,000 beautiful flags. You know.
And when it was all said and done, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see everybody come together. It was beautiful to see the flags, and just phenomenal. I still get the goosebumps.
Now you have veterans that served in your family.
I do. My stepfather was a Vietnam vet. My brother served. I have a cousin who right now is on his 5th tour, and tons of friends and family that. One of my best friends, her husband just retired, 30 years Army, and you know, it's amazing to see what they went through as a family and to support each other, and you know, without the help of the community, I don't think they could have done it.
Now, was she your friend that helped do the
yes,
ties?
Yes,
and everything?
she was there that day.
Assembling
Actually,
flags and poles?
Yep, that was her. That was her. The second I heard about it, I called her and said, "I think this is something you would like." And you know, she respects and they appreciate the help of the community, and I don't think enough of us do enough.
Well, I thought it was wonderful when AJ Caro and Corinne Caro came up with the idea, because I had grown up in that patriotic singing group, as you know, called the Futures of America.
Yeah.
So I was there, man. I was like, all right, let's do it.
And we were singing. We were singing.
And, you know, it really is a moment for the community to come together and feel good about something. And I know they're going to be doing it annually. So people that want to buy a flag, they can reach out to Brittany here at Blue Chip.
Okay.
So it's Brittany. It's BRITTANY at Blue, no E, just like the sign, bluechipmarketing.net. So if you're interested in purchasing a flag, it's $35. If you send the email, we will send you an email back that tells you where to send the check, and that would be for 2014's Field of Honor in Nassau County, sponsored by Mangano. And I hope you got the invite to the party that's happening at Season 52. So that's June.
Yep, we'll
no,
be
not
there.
June.
June.
January. My birthday's in June.
We'll be there.
January 14th at 6 o'clock. And so if members of the community would also like to come and support the veterans, we are going to be presenting the flags that were flying at the Field of Honor that day, but it's at Seasons 52 at 6 o'clock at Roosevelt Field, and you do need a reservation for that. So if you could please call us at 631-337-1603. And Mangano is also sponsoring that evening and Seasons 52, so we're grateful for that. So what else is happening in our community? We're talking about community spirit. What are some upcoming things that you guys are going to be participating in, or that you know of? Golf outing, right? When is that? June also?
Yeah,
That is in June.
We're having our golf outing on the 9th of June,
Okay.
which is a great opportunity. You know, just everybody, you know, loves to do different types of fundraisers. And on top of that, we do our dinner, which will be March 27th. Again, it just changing up different types of ways to get people out there. We also do fishing trips, or, you know.
I haven't been on one of the Angeles House fishing trips yet. That sounds like fun. I don't know.
I get seasick.
Oh, you do?
Well, we purposely stay in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But the last few years, we've actually had 3 boats, and it's pretty neat because wearing the Angeles House T-shirts, when you look across at the other boats, you just see this.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really neat.
I have to say, this is pretty ironic. You know, when I first started networking and getting involved in fundraising, it's because of you, and I don't know if I've ever told you this or.
I didn't know that either.
No. So when I came in this morning and saw you, it really touches me because through a little girl, my first fundraiser ever was a little girl who unfortunately had passed. We were trying to help her and her family, and Bob is very close to this family, and I got to meet Bob at that event. And from there, every year I try to do a little extra more for Angela's house. Because I think what you do and what you show other people is amazing.
I appreciate it.
No.
I appreciate. You know, it's been a long road, and I think it's still very difficult for people to conceptualize what could be wrong with the kids. You know, and it makes it hard for us, you know, to really get that word out into the public eye, because it could be anything from what's in the news right now with the girl that, you know, had an accident in a hospital, clinging to life, and, you know, what decisions are made, and is she really stable yet? It could be other types of accidents, you know, I'm discussing with you the shaken baby, or, you know, car accidents, or it could be those horrible, debilitating illnesses. And, you know, what we see here in New York, because we have so many people, we have a handful of those 1 in a millions, because, and that was like one of the cases you saw, which when it first came up, no one had ever heard of, you know, like a skin blistering type disease where the entire body has these blisters, and it requires just so much work for the parent to be able to literally bandage the child from their neck down.
And also take care of maybe other children too that they already have. You know,
One
I
of the
noticed you help
things-
the whole family, Bob, at Angela's house. You really do. You're an outreach source for them.
And he does a lot of educating.
Right.
And I have to tell you, when I first started doing this, you don't realize how important educating people and telling people, you know, what it is, or, you know, just learning a little bit more about it will help that much more with getting people on board. And you do a great job of that.
I appreciate it. You know, when I was talking to those parents, this was one of the first cases that came, and the state, with all the different programs that we've been blessed to be able to be around with the state creating, they didn't want to help them because they didn't feel it fit the criteria. And, you know, we really had to, you know, medically
Lots of
show
things
them
have
that, you know, like,
changed.
you're sitting there taking bandages off,
How could
and
this
the
not fit?
infections and the risks of
6-year-old
infections,
little girl.
and the tenderness of, and again, but again, when you multiply that by hundreds of different diseases and disorders, that's what makes it really hard. It's not like when you say autism, people understand that's an umbrella that people, they know what that means
because
now.
of the awareness.
Right.
But for us, it could be 1,000 different variations of circumstances.
So it's a community coming together and helping those that are maybe low on the radar, but still very deserving of care.
And that word community is very important. I always tell people what it means to them. Like what was done for this little girl when the community was, the parents feel like they're not alone then. Because when they first are going through it, I can't tell you how how much of a loss this family was in, because they felt like, oh my God, bad enough, again, what they were going through, but then the state didn't even want to help them, and no one was understanding. So when,
You were.
well, we understand that, because, my wife and I will always, I mean, when you're tossed into that circumstance, I will forever remember the feelings of being in that hospital and having what we refer to as those meetings from hell, where you're being told the bleak outlook of your future, and then how hard potentially your life can be from that point forward.
I always think of that song when I think of Angela's House. You've got a friend, You're
You've got
down.
a friend
Yeah,
in me.
that one. No, I was thinking of the one that's you've got a friend, winter, spring, summer, fall. Yeah. But because I feel like you and your wife and all of your staff, you really do embrace people as their friend first. It's not like a business. It's not like you're, it's like a welcoming warmth. And anytime I've walked into any of the thresholds of Angela's House, is that you feel that connection. So it's great what you're doing. What's your website? It's angelashouse.org, right? And you're going to be, I hopefully will be seeing you at Seasons 52 at the event.
I will be there. Yes, I will.
And what a great connection, because I've known you to be one of the most philanthropic people on Long Island. And to know now that you were inspired by Bob, it all pulls it
Do you
together.
remember I was literally wet behind the ears with when I met Karen and the family, and you were what really pushed me to do and be where I am today. So
Great stuff.
That's great.
Well, we hope we inspired you to make a difference in our community. You can always reach out to us at Blue Chip Marketing. You could call us at 631-337-1603, 631-337-1603. We love helping the community, and we'd love to hear from you, so give us a call. Thanks for watching the Daily Blue. That made me happy to hear that story.